Welcome to the Amplivo Weekly Call. We have the solution to the plastic pollution. Today is the power of the CSR. So let's just play a little video. This is a fantastic video. It's the 2-year anniversary video.
Equipped only with their vision, drive, hard work, and commitment to clean our planet from plastic pollution, Corsair began its journey in August 2020 with a record-breaking first year. As we now celebrate this second anniversary, let's look back over some of the milestones that were reached during our second year. Corsair launched the expansion of its second production facility in Bangkok. CSR plastic credit in its complete form is introduced to the world. The Amplivo network is completely restructured, leading into a streamlined, simple and easy to do home-based business model. The mandatory CSR purchase pools are introduced. More meaningful partners join the Corsair mission. Ford, Nissan, Lexus, Isuzu, Chatrium Group. CSR Services Company is launched, allowing easier entry for our European clients. The weekly distribution of CSR plastic credit begins. 2 new plastic waste-to-oil production units arrived to the Bangkok facility. Corsair continuously improves its operations at its Bangkok and Sa Kaeo facilities. CSR retirement program is launched, allowing CSR users to become certified plastic neutral. CSR Savings Program is launched, allowing CSR holders to benefit while holding on to their CSR plastic credits. Corsair's Bangkok facility welcomes its first guests after the COVID pandemic. History is made with the initial listing of CSR onto the latoken.com International Public Digital Asset Exchange. CSR becomes the first and the only plastic credit in the world to be traded on a public exchange. CSR continues to be listed on more exchanges, expanding to coinsbit.io and to xt.com, a major international exchange with millions of users. The Catching Plastic initiative is launched in collaboration with more than 100,000 fishermen, whereas Corsair is now also collecting plastic waste from our oceans. Corsair launches a European tour. Corsair becomes the first and the only company in Thailand to receive the prestigious ISCC certificate for chemical recycling of plastic waste. CSR becomes listed on CoinGecko and on CoinMarketCap, further establishing its place in the digital asset community. Corsair now has more than 80 plastic waste collection points and several hundred collection bins located around Bangkok. The value of the CSR plastic credit hits an all-time high on public trading. CSR continues to be listed on more exchanges and expands into P2P-B2P.com, making it the 4th international public exchange to now trade CSR plastic credit. The Amplivo network grows exponentially under the management of Corsair, now including more than 60,000 international members. The CSR mandatory purchase pool reaches over $350,000. Novotel joins the Corsair mission. Corsair and the CSR plastic credit received global media attention, being featured by more than 200 international media outlets during its second year in business. Business Insider, Yahoo Finance, Morning Star, Affiliated Press, Digital Journal, Fox, and 200 other medias. CSR becomes the leading plastic credit in the world. Corsair signs a major international collaboration agreement. During its second year, Corsair has continued its strong and stable growth while breaking records and making history. The company is now recognized internationally and continues to expand with more powerful partnerships than ever before. With a dedicated management team and more people from all over the world joining to support our mission to save the planet from plastic pollution, Corsair continues to grow stronger and is now ready to enter its 3rd year. Stay tuned for exciting updates along the way.
Well, there we go. The 2-year anniversary, but there's a lot more to come, guys and girls. You want to see it. If you want to get the first-hand information, you're going to need to be in Thailand to that event now.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Roger, for your introduction. And every time when I see this video for a 2 years anniversary, it's amazing what we have done last year. And I think that this year, the coming year, will even be bigger than the last year as well. So today's, and I like this topic, today we have the CSR special. And what I want to share you for information today, I think that a lot of people are not aware of that, or maybe aware. But if you're aware of what I want to share with you today, I think that you have a completely different view on your CSR plastic credits, and that you see that everybody has amazing opportunity right now. So let's start first with sharing a PowerPoint, and then I will dive into some internet pages to share very, very beautiful and important information. And what Roger mentioned before, on the end of this presentation, we have a very, 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 very big announcement for you guys. So let me share my screen and then dive in first in the presentation for the CSR plastic credits. And I know that a lot of people are aware of the CSR plastic credits, but this is also a recorded version. So it's very important that, that we have the background. And if you have the completely view of the background of the CSR plastic credits, that makes sense that what I want to share with you today with the internet pages makes sense. So the CSR plastic credits are the solution to the pollution. And I think that everybody is agree with that. Because we share a lot of information about the CSR, the prices, the carbon prices, etc. I think that's very important that I make a disclaimer that I am absolutely not a financial advisor and just an independent associate, let's say an Amplivo influencer, as the same as you do. So I think that it's very important that as an independent influencer, I am responsible for what I'm showing or communicate. And what I want to tell you today is based on facts. So that's very, very important to share with you as well. So let's dive in more in what is a plastic credit. And I know that a lot of people has plastic credits in the portfolio, but if other people say, what is a plastic credit? And you cannot really define that. You get a definition on that one. I think that's very important. So with the WWF is that what they say about the plastic credits, and they define the plastic credit as follow, is that that is a transferable unit that represents a specific amount of plastic collected from the environment and potentially recycled. And as everybody knows, is that Corsair not potentially recycled plastic waste. Corsair is doing so. So that's an important thing. So what is WWF? Together with partners at all levels, they transfer markets and policies towards sustainability, tackle threats driving the climate crisis, and protect and restore wildlife and the habitats. And this is a very important organization worldwide. So I know a lot of people are aware of the company behind the CSR plastic credits, so I will not dive in too much in detail what the company is behind the plastic credits. But what I want to make a mark on this one is that you will see that every single day there will be released tons of coins. And the most of the coins are related to a white paper and just a somewhat very, very good ID. And if you see and you read the white paper, a lot of people then buy the crypto coins. And on a while, when the company has collect money, they disappear. So what I want to mark on this one is this is the first in history, as far as I know, that this is the releasing of a digital asset like the CSR plastic credits, what is backed up by real value, and there is a real company behind. It's completely the opposite, is that they created a company first, and when they can convert that plastic waste into advanced bio-oil, then the CSR plastic credits will be released. So this is very, very important to understand when you talk about the CSR plastic credits for a lot of people in your group. So Corsair Group International, and I know everybody's aware of that, but it's an international consortium of companies developing valuable business solutions for global environmental problems such as plastic waste, but also air pollution and water pollution. And of course, we have now international places. So Corsair Group is based in Asia, in Europe, and also in Latin America, with the headquarters in Bangkok and in Amsterdam. And it's very also good to know that Corsair currently employs about 100% of 100 people and more. So what they are doing, and this is also a very interesting thing and a very interesting topic for you guys as well, is that normally plastic will be recycled, and it will be recycled in not a chemical, but more in another way. So only less than 10% of plastic waste is recycled, mechanical, and it breaks down in the granulates, and that granulates will be used for making new plastics. So that means that plastics will be recovered and then will be accessed in another form. So what Corsair is doing is chemical recycling. And what they are doing, they brings old plastic back into its original form. And I don't know if you know about it, but plastic is made from oil. So if you can bring that back to the same stuff as that what it was made, then you have a circular economy in that way. So and it's always recyclable. So this is a very, very important thing. And this is chemical recycling. And this is just knowledge for you guys to understand when you talk about the CSR plastic credits. So McKinsey & Company, and what is McKinsey & Company? It's original an American management consultancy that focuses on the strategic issues from organizations. And McKinsey has approximately 7,500 consultants worldwide, spread over 90 offices in 51 countries. So it's a very, very big company. And what they are saying is that a new emerging market with a huge opportunity, and that's the chemical recycling, that will become approximately 75 billion in revenue sector by 2030. So as you know, we are now in 2022. And in a couple of months, it started in January 2023. So from 7 years from now, everything will be changed in the future, and everything will change in the environmentally issues, etc. So the timing for Corsair and for us as an Amplivo community is amazing. So Corsair Group International is turning plastic waste into advanced bio-oil. And we can also say turn the plastic waste into pyrolysis oil. And this is also very important to understand, and not everybody is aware of that. So that's why we call this CSR special of today, is that there is also a huge demand. And that's because of the new European and international regulations. And what will that mean? This is just a copy of the website of European Commissions, and you can also search by that. And if you want that, have that in your own language, you can go to European Commissions and you can choose in, I think, 15 of 20 different languages. So also in the French, Italian, in the German language, Spanish language, you can search on that one and you can use that for yourself. What will that say, that international law, is that since January the 1st in 2021, every country what has non-recycled plastic packaging waste get a penalty of 80 euro cent a kilo. So this is very important. That will create it and found for the European Commissions, and they collect that kind of a money from 2021 till 2027. That will be collect, and that will be formed and a source of income from the EU to stimulate the circular economy for the plastic waste. So you can see now that this is very, very serious. And what maybe a few years ago was just an idea, something like that, now by regulation, by the EU, they stimulate a circular economy for the plastic waste. And this is exactly what Corsair is doing. And this is where we have now the opportunity. And this is also a very good article, what was shared on the European Commission website, is plastic waste. A European strategy to protect the planet, defend our citizens, and empower our industries. So what they are doing as stimulate is the circular economy. and that will also be created new investment opportunities. So we will see in the coming years a lot of companies who are busy with the circularity economy for plastic waste. And this is a strong business case, because when you have a really, really big problem and you can solve the problem, and I think that everybody's agree with that you created a strong business case and a new investment opportunities for everybody. And this is regulated by the EU. Can you imagine that we, as an Amplivo community, a network marketing company, that we have now support our mission from the EU by law? This is a very, very interesting thing as well. And what you see as what I marked over here is that all plastic packaging on the EU market will be recyclable by 2030. That's the same 2030 what everybody talks about. And this is also very important, that the plastic producing companies will be forced by law to use 30% of the oil for the production of making new plastic, which is recycled oil. And this is exactly what Corsair is doing. So can you imagine how many companies now called Corsair, I want to have all of your oil. And that will be one of the biggest announcements by the end of this month, that Corsair has a collaboration with an amazing big company who wants to buy the oil from Corsair. So be aware of that as well. So the CSR plastic credits, now you have more information about the company behind the CSR plastic credits. And the CSR was introduced in 2021 by Corsair Group. And this is also very important to understand. A lot of people know this, but I will repeat that, is every time Corsair removes 1 kilogram of plastic waste from the environment and convert it into advanced bio-oil or pyrolysis oil, 10 CSR plastic credits are released on the Ethereum blockchain. And this is very important because what I mentioned before is that there will be released every single day new coins, meme coins, different coins, but most of the coins are related on a white paper, a good ID. And then they collect the money and then they started a company. This is the opposite. We have the company, that's Corsair. We have the problem. And only when Corsair removes 1 kilogram of plastic waste, only then 10 CSR plastic credits will be released on the Ethereum blockchain. That alone is an amazing opportunity for everybody, because the CSR plastic credits is therefore a digital proof that shows that a certain amount of plastic waste has been removed from the environment. And in that way, because it is related on the Ethereum blockchain, is every transaction recorded publicly and visible for everyone. And this is one of the first times in history that the CSR plastic credit, a digital asset, is backed up by real value. And that's also real business. So keep that in mind. So what are CSR plastic credits used for? And there's also a very important question, what I get a lot of times when I do the presentations and reach the people is, well, we have now the CSR plastic credits, but who wants to use that? So for companies, but also for individuals, now with the CSR plastic credits, you know that 1 CSR or 1 kilogram is converted in 10 CSR plastic credits. So that means that with the CSR plastic credits, companies and individuals can reduce the plastic waste footprint. They can become 100% plastic neutral. And if they send the CSR plastic credits on a retirement process, they can also get a plastic neutrality certificate. And I have done my job. So I am plastic neutral as well. So that means that you can do so as an individual to become plastic neutral. And Roger, yes, great job. And so many people are now certified on the blockchain to reduce the plastic waste footprint. And I think and I believe that this will be valuable in the near future when people get maybe a penalty if they polluted the earth. And now we have taken our responsibility already, and we can show related to the blockchain that we are plastic neutral. And this is also a very, very, very important topic for a lot of companies who wants to and needs to, and maybe in the future as well by law, to become plastic neutral. And the need for plastic credits will be increased in the near future. So companies that support the concept of plastic credits in general, and you can read that the famous brands, they supported the concept of plastic credits in general already. And this is just an article from 2019, 3 years ago. Danone, Nestle, and Tetra Pak says plastic credits could clean up the ocean. They understand in that time, 3 years ago already, that the plastic credits can save the world. And in that time, Corsair has not yet created the plastic credits. So there was already marked for that. So this is also, and this is more recently on April 2022, that Nestle, Danone, Unilever, and PepsiCo agree of plastic chemical recycling principles. Consumer goods giants set a united vision for how to plastic chemical recycling industry. So that means that they understand that if you have plastic waste and can recycle that in a chemical recycling process, now you have a 100% recycled, and that's created a circular economy like paper and metal and glass. This is the first time in history that they agree of chemical recycling principles. And this is also one word from Unilever, is used in the right way as a part of a holistic approach. Chemical recycling can contribute to a world where no plastics ends up in the nature. And this is very important to understand, where no plastic ends up in the nature. And that's the task for us, as a community, for Corsair, but also with the help of the EU and United Nations and so on. So this is very important. So how to become plastic certified, plastic neutral? And that's for you. And I will give you an example in a couple of minutes, but also for companies. And this is very important. I think and I believe that the coming months and coming years, that this will be the most important thing for a lot of companies. So let's say you use 50 kilo a year, but let's say a company generates 100 kilograms of plastic waste every single year. How they can become plastic neutral or reduce the plastic waste footprint? 100 kilo can be compensated by buying 1,000 CSR plastic credits, because one plastic credit is related on the blockchain as a digital proof that a certain amount of plastic waste is recovered from the environment. So this is the value. So the companies need to buy the CSR plastic credits to reduce their own plastic waste footprint. In that way, Corsair removes 100 kilogram plastic waste from the environment, and plastic waste is then recycled into pyrolysis oil. And for every kilo recycled plastic, 10 CSR plastic credits are released. So that means that 100 kilo times 10 is 1,000 CSR plastic credits. And if the company buying the 1,000 CSR plastic credits and send them on a retirement process, that means that CSR plastic credits will be sent to a specific smart contract address, so that the CSR plastic credits is not related in the blockchain anymore, in that way that nobody can buy or sell that kind of CSR plastic credits. That's what we call a retirement process. If a company does so, then they get a certificate that they can show that a certain amount, in this case 100 kilo, is removed from the environment and that they become plastic neutral. And this is one of the topics, what you can see in the several months, what we will follow right now, and in the coming years, that more and more and more companies need the CSR plastic credits to reduce the plastic waste, to get a certificate that they can show that they are plastic neutral. And I foresee that a lot of consumers also only wants to do and wants to deal with companies who are plastic neutral. It's something like the ISO 9001, is that maybe other companies only wants to do business with other companies who take the corporate social responsibility on a high level. And you see already that is a completely program from the EU with 17 points. And one of the points is recycling and circular economy and zero cities, etc. So this is a very, very very interesting time for all of us in history. So what else can you do with the CSR plastic credits? And I know that a lot of people are aware of that as well, is that you can stake your CSR plastic credits. What will that mean? Is that you can give your CSR plastic credits in holding by the Corsair Group International. And if you're doing so for 6 months, on the end of the 6 months, you get 3% extra CSR plastic credits. And if you do so for 12 months, you get 7% extra CSR plastic credits. And that makes sense. In that way, you can increase your CSR plastic credits passively. And this is very good. I think this is more interest what you can get on the bank. If the CSR plastic credits in this way, 3% or 7%, that makes sense. And I want to share my screen on the internet. So I give more an explanation how you can stake your CSR, but also how you can send your CSR plastic credits on the retirement process. So I dive more now into the internet. So let me share my internet screen. I can do that in that one, right? So you can go to csrnow.com and you can log in. And then you can fill in your email address exactly the same as what you have used in the back office for Amplivo, amplivo.com. So I will pause my screen so that I can log in. And it's a very simple and fast process. Just type in your email address, then you get a link on that one, and a link in your email box. And if you click on that one, you are logged in. And yeah, so now you can see that I have just typed in my email address. I get a confirmation link on my email, and I've clicked on that one. And now you see that you have a lot of choices. So my purchases orders, my invoices, that's for us not so important as well. The only thing what you can use is my CSR and retirement of your CSR. So I will explain now the retirement of your CSR. And if you want to have more information about how to stake, you can just click on my CSR. Then you can go to the right, and here you have your buttons where you can choose. I have already done that, so I think I have not an empty space on that one. Where you can choose that you want to stake. This is one of the things, is if you want to stake your CSR plastic credits, you see that you have 4 icons. If you have not done that, or if you have already done that, so you have 3 things. But here you can just click. If you verified with your MetaMask wallet address, it's just a very simple process. Just click on the person, verify your CSR MetaMask wallet address, and if you have done that, then you can click on stake your CSR plastic credits. So, and there you can choose for 6 months or 7 months, and you can choose how many CSR you want to save. In this case, you are saving 5,000 CSR. If you just confirm on that, then you see that I will show you that as well. Then you see that, let me find it. I cannot find it now, but you can do the test in a very simple way in this one. And then if it is saved, I want to find it. Yeah. There you are. So if you have done that, then you find it in your dashboard, saved amount, save date is 18th of September. And it will not start it directly because I have not get the CSR plastic credits yet. So it's more in the process. So I give today the order that if my CSR is available in the back office, please not send them to my MetaMask wallet address, but keep them for, in this case, 365 days. So it's depending how fast the CSR plastic credits will be created. And then you can see when you have started the saving date and when exactly the saving date will be started. So you can also make the opposite, is cancel your save request if you want so. So this is a very interesting process and very, I think, very, very easy. So if you go to retirement of the CSR, and let me go back to the main page so that you can see where you can click on that one. Is the main page. You can just click on retirement of your CSR if you want to send your CSR plastic credits on retirement and get a certificate in that one. So just click on retirement of the CSR. And the first thing what you have to do is to connect your MetaMask wallet address to the retirement process. So that's very important, because if this is the only way. You must connect your MetaMask wallet to a specific CSR wallet address from yourself. You must connect it, otherwise you cannot send your CSR on the retirement process. So just click on that one, then it will be opened. I have not done it yet, but just click on that one. Just connect your MetaMask wallet address. It's a very simple process. It's just agree, and that's it. And if you have done that, then you can click on my retirements. So then you can choose how many CSR plastic credits you want to send on retirements. And let's say that I choose for 100 in this case, and then you can click on retire now. I cannot do that because I've not related, but it's very simple process. So I have done that before. And these are my retirements. So as you can see, I've done it before, and I have sent 75,000 CSR plastic credits on retirement process. So if you related that on your own personal pollution, we approximately use 50 kilograms of plastic waste every single year. Let's say that you become 100-year-old. That means 5,000 kilograms. That means 50,000 CSR plastic credits. So everybody as an individual can become plastic neutral by sending 50,000 CSR plastic credits on the retirement. I have done 75,000 and a little bit more, because I expect that I become 150 years. No, I'm kidding. I will send more plastic waste on the retirement process, because that's my responsibility, and that's my extra what I can give back to the earth. So you can also just download your CSR plastic credit certification if you have done that. And then you can print it out, and everything is related on that one, signed by Justifica Acceleranta. And if you just scan this, it's related to the blockchain. So you can see now that I have, on April 29, I have already sent 75,000 CSR plastic credits on the retirement process. And then I have my personal certificate. So this is just the retirement process. Back to my PowerPoint. And hopefully that makes sense. But if you have questions on that one, please let us know so that we can help. So what else can you do with the CSR plastic credits? And you can also sell them at the current market price on different exchanges. And this is also very important, where a lot of companies released coins, and they hope that they can release it as well on public international exchanges. Most of the companies released it on their own blockchain, but this is the first time in history that also Corsair released a blockchain, or released the CSR plastic credits already on 4 public international exchanges: xt.com, LaToken, Coinsbit, and P2P, B2B. And it's also released on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. And more will follow. Now we have the opposite. Normally, when you have a coin and you want to release it on public international exchanges, you just call the international exchanges, can I release my coin on your exchange? And they ask a lot of questions. And now it's completely the opposite. More and more public international exchanges now coming to Corsair. It's completely the opposite. Can we please release your CSR plastic credits on our exchange? Because this is the first time in history that this is a coin backed up by real value. And they understand the power of the CSR plastic credits in the future. So it's completely the opposite. And just the beginning, the bigger companies, the bigger exchanges, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And can you imagine what will happen when the CSR plastic credits is released on the big exchanges? So this is for all of us. now a very, very interesting time to collect your CSR plastic credits. And we expect that there will be follow a growing demand for the plastic credits, and that it will be only increasing in the coming years. So this is a sidestep, and I want to mention this because I think this is a very, very, very important thing to understand as well, is that now we have the plastic credits, but I think that a lot of people are aware that we have also the carbon credits. Not we, but that carbon credits will be existed. And carbon credits will reduce the CO2 and the carbon emission. And I will explain that, and I will share some screens, some websites for you in a moment. But just imagine that Tesla made more money selling carbon credits than selling cars. By the first quarter of 2021, they have more turnover by selling the carbon credits than by selling the cars. And I will give more attention on this one, because I think this is a very important thing to understand, that if you see the whole history of the carbon credits and where it is be started and where it is right now, I think, and I believe personally, and not only myself, is that the plastic credits can even be bigger markets than the carbon credits. And can you imagine if you have the choice to buy carbon credits 15 years ago, with the knowledge what you have right now, you can become a millionaire. So let me share now some interesting things to think about it. And I will start it with the article of Tesla, so that you can see it's just a proof, and it's just there on the internet. And that's what I'm telling with the first slide of my presentation. We only tell the facts, and the facts you can also search by yourself and go to internet, type in the right words, and then you get tons of information about this one. So this is Tesla make more selling credits and Bitcoins than cars. And this is an article of April 27 on 2021. So this is the text. Recorded another profitable quarter in the first 3 months of 2021, even with 2 of its models on the sidelines, posting a net income of 438 million while recording 10.4 billion in revenue. This profit did not materialize thanks to car sales, however, which is ostensibly the main business of the automaker. But rather than that, Tesla has 2 main items to thank posting a profitable quarter: the sales of emission credits to another automakers and sales of its Bitcoins holdings. And I think and I believe that when people and companies understand the power of the plastic credits, they buy the CSR plastic credits now to sell them for a higher price in the future. So this is very good to understand that where we are right now. And let me give you more examples and more stuff to think about it, about the carbon credits, and I will dive in more in the plastic credits as well when I explain this one, is that in an effort to curb the climate change, big companies like Microsoft, Google, and Starbucks are setting ambitious goals to achieve carbon neutrality, and the voluntary carbon markets is helping them to do so. Setting ambitious goals to achieve carbon neutrality. The same companies now setting ambitious goals to achieve plastic neutrality. So this is very interesting. To put this in perspective, the capture of 1 ton CO2 emissions, you would have to grow approximately 50 trees for 1 year. And this is also a lot of text. I not walk through every single thing, so I will high mark some things. That this is one example of the compliance carbon markets, the European Union emissions trading system. So there is already a trading system, and I will dive in that one now. Let me find this one. This is the things. There is currently no centralized voluntary carbon credit market projects, blah, blah, blah. what you can see is that there is a really, really big and great market on that one. And you can just highlight and you can read that articles. So this is a very, very important thing. And this is another article that carbon pricing explained. And this is what I want to mention, is how the carbon pricing is created. And this is more in preparation what I want to tell about the plastic credit. So knowledge is power, how carbon credits, carbons, offset, etc. So let's see, this is the beginning from 2010 to 2090, the average annual global GHG emissions, so it's the carbon emissions, where are the highest historical levels as shown below. And you see that the CO2 emissions will be growing. That's exactly of the plastic waste problem. The plastic waste problem is only growing and growing. So the need for reduced plastic waste is there. And what I want to share is also this one, that governments love tax. They bring in revenue, they are easy to understand, and at least in the theory, they are easy to administrate. Taxes are also a great control mechanism. I think and I believe, and keep that in mind, that we are now also at an historical moment that it's not yet there. But if the EU now already creates a law that they give penalties to the plastic producing manufacturer of 80 cents a kilo, taxes will be followed for that kind of companies. And that's a control mechanism. And that companies, to reduce the plastic pollution, they need the plastic credits. So this is, I think, an amazing system. So you can also see a lot of things. Is that, let me dive in this one, is that I want to share now the live carbon price so that you have an idea where we are standing right now. And the live carbon price as today of the European Union is 73.26 euro. 73.26 euro per ton. And if we dive more in detail live on tradingview.com, you see exactly the same price, 73.26. What I want to cover right now is just more insights. And when I am going back at the later and at the beginning of the creation of the carbon credits, that's on May 2020, May 26. And just look at the price. The price on that one was started with 16 euro 26. Then the price go up, go down, go up, go down till 1 cent. Yeah, 12 cents. Then in one day, they increase of 22 euro, then go down. And just mark on this one. They go down. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, and then it's stabilized. You can see it's stabilized. And now what I want to see, let's see on you, is the price of the CSR plastic credits. And I go for that one to La Token, is what you see here on this form, and let me highlight this one, is that you can see here is up, down, down, and then it's stabilized. And what then will be happen with the price of the carbon credits? Listen carefully. It will be exploded to the price of what it is right now. So they are now in this process, and let me highmark this one. They are in the process of stabilizing the price. And when it happens, and the need for the carbon credits will be increased, now you can see that more and more companies need the carbon credits. This is exactly what I expect, what will be happen for the CSR plastic credits. And let me show this one, is that you see now exactly the same bounce, up, bounce, up, bounce, and then it's now stabilized. I think and I believe that we are now in a situation of, and let me high mark this one, is that this is the same situation of the carbon credits in that situation, that we are now at the beginning of a market when companies need the CSR plastic credits by law. And if you are the CSR plastic credit holder, what do you think what you want to do with your CSR plastic credits now? And as what Jay said many times before, don't be that pizza guy that sell the Bitcoins for 2 pizza. We have exactly the same situation right now. And as you can see as today, the price of one CSR is in between 2.1 and 2.5 USD cents, let's say euro, in between 2.1 and 2.5 euro cents each. If you selling now your CSR plastic credits, I think and I believe that from 1 year from now or 2 years from now, you get regret that you selling your CSR plastic credits for just 2 cents, maybe 3 cents. And you think that you are the big winner. But if you have now CSR plastic credits, like 10,000, 50,000, and it can be in price of, let's say, 1 euro, 2 euro, and you have sold it right now for 2 euro cents, I think that you, have making a decision right now, what is not so good. Maybe you get now 300 euros, but keep your CSR plastic credits. And I think and I believe, collect as much as you can CSR plastic credits right now. And this is also a very good article from the carbon credits. It's even on the site of the carbon credits. Ladies and gentlemen, this is September 15, 2022. Plastic credits are coming. Plastic credits are coming. And this is just a matter of time. And you can also read this article, is that this is amazing. And more when I dive in this kind of material, the more and more I see and I realize that I have no time to collect as much I can to CSR plastic credits right now. And this is amazing. This is also the plastic credit model, is that through the plastic credit model, we can set up large-scale plastic cleanup projects that can create a real impact in our oceans. By empowering the fishing communities at the scale, we can not only clean up a significant amount of plastic, but also prevent further ocean plastic pollution. This is exactly what Corsair is doing right now with the collaboration. Exactly. So this is also what you can see now, is that there is many tons of information about that. So knowledge is power. And if people now only think, when can I get my CSR plastic credits because I want to sell them on the exchange for 2 cents? Keep your CSR plastic credits. And if you have not received your CSR plastic credits yet, no problem. Because you don't want to sell them right now. So it takes maybe a few months more. But then you collect the CSR and then you can get the CSR plastic credits. So what? Collect them and hold them. And this is also interesting, is that this is May 4, 2022. The use of plastic credits is becoming increasingly crucial to brands that are facing mounting consumers and governmental pressure to reduce the environmental impacts. Still, there are a lot of questions to ask to understand how plastic credits works. And this is amazing. Brands like Unilever, PepsiCo, McDonald's, they are looking for the plastic credits, and it's just a couple of months. Then you will see that the price of the plastic credits will be increased. So I will go back to the presentation so that I have a few slides to share with you guys, is that you can now expand your digital asset portfolio and just highlight this one. We are unfortunately now in a situation that we have to deal with inflation, with high gas prices, etc. And what we see now is that a lot of people keep the money on the bank. But ask yourself the question, is that clever to keep your money on the bank right now? Because 1,000 euros and the bank will always be 1,000 euro. Now, next year, in 2 years. But with zero interest and everything gets more and more expensive and you can buy less more with the same money, you lose your buying power. You lose your buying power. So let me share this one. I'm in a couple of minutes, I'm finished, guys. So keep in mind. So this is very important to share as well. This is a website of ec.europe.eu. Is that the annual inflation right now of August 2021 is already 9.1%. That means that if you put your money on the bank, 1,000 euro, it's worth 9.1% less. But this is very important. Look at the inflation numbers of the energy, 38%. Think about it. What will be happen in the coming months with the annual inflation number? If the energy price and the inflation of the energy is 38%, that means that everybody needs energy to produce the products, like supermarkets, like food, alcohol, etc., etc. If the price of the energy will be increased, that means that they must cover the costs and to increase the product prices as well. So in the coming months, and maybe this winter, I think and I believe that the annual inflation is not 9.1%. I think that it is something in between 10 and 20%. So if you keep your money on the bank, you lose. If you have 1,000 euro, you lose 100 till 200 euro in a year. And if you think about the CSR plastic credits and the increasing and the demand for the CSR plastic credits, what will be increasing in the coming years, what do you think? What will be happen with the price of the CSR in this year? Will that go down with 10 till 20%, or that will we go up 10 to 20%? So this is also, and this is my last slide from that one, why saving accounts are making you poorer. And this is what I want to highlight. Yes, deposit accounts are designed to make banks money, not make you richer. Even the highest paying saving accounts are still below the rate of inflation. And most people keep the money with big branch banks, where the annual interesting rate on cash is typically only 0.01, 0.02% of your saving accounts. This is why saving accounts will never make you rich, and it is not in the bank economics interest to tell you that otherwise. And this is also very good. I have an image here, is that right now, in the middle of the crisis, what people are doing with the money? They keep them on the checking account or on a traditional saving account. It's more than 40–50% of the people are doing so. So that means that more than 50 to 45–50% of the people are right now losing the money. They are losing the money. They have some cash, but they will not put it on in other things because people don't know, and they don't have the knowledge where to put my money. They think that if you save your money on the bank, that's very clever. And I think and I believe that we have walked through the coming months in a very, very challenging way for everybody. So my opinion, and again, I am not a financial advisor, but I am clever enough that I want to do with my money, I not put my money on the bank, and I purchase personally as much as I can right now, new plastic neutral packages. First of all, I can reduce and help to resolve the plastic waste problem. And in return, I get the CSR plastic credits, what has the increasing potential value in the near future. So keep that in mind. And this is the last slide. And I know that a lot of people is that. So I think that now you have the opportunity to buy the CSR plastic credits at the lowest price of 2 euro cents with a high value potential in the near future. You can also staking for 3 to 7% as well. And already the CSR plastic credits on the open market is in between 2.1 and 2.2 cents. So you have already 10 to 20% more value back if you buy now the CSR plastic credits. So I think that everybody's agree. If you buy now a CSR plastic credits package and plastic neutral package, and let's say you buy a package of 1,000 euro, the timing is right now, guys. And you get in return 50,000 CSR plastic credits. And let's say that the price of the CSR plastic credits from now and the coming year will be increased by 10 or 20%. That means that you get more money back than what you have paid right now. And you're not losing money, you save your money and you get more money back. Keep that in mind. This is the coming 2 weeks is the most excited times to buy your package right now. So by purchasing a plastic neutral package, you reduce the plastic waste on that immediately. And I think that's also a very, very interesting thing for ourselves. You reduce your own plastic footprint. You help Corsair. You receive, you spend money back in CSR plastic credits, so you don't lose your money. With a great potential in the near future, it's also tradable on the international exchanges, and we can make a better world for our children. And more companies need the CSR plastic credits in the future. So how many CSR plastic credits would you like right now? It's just a suggestion, but if I am you, go to and buy the plastic neutral package today. And I mean that. Thank you very much. Hand over to you, Roger. It was a long story, but I think that it was a lot of material to share with the people. And I think you have also excited news.
Very lot, like I said, it was a lot of information, but very, very, very good information. And which I can make available to everyone. All they need to do is reach out to me as well. But, you know, Renee was in there talking about inflation and what the prediction is, running at around about 9.1 in Europe at the moment. I was sent an article this morning that I haven't been fully through yet, but I can make it available. And they're predicting that it will be 18% by January. That's in Europe, guys. So think about explaining what's that doing to your money in the bank. You need to be looking at keeping your money safe. And the CSR plastic credit. Now, I've got something to share. And I'll tell you what I'm about to share is so hot, I don't even think Jay knows that we're announcing it. Okay, that's how hot it is. But we're announcing this anyway. We've stolen it, we're bringing it out, and we're bringing it to you guys first. Okay, so you saw what Renee was saying, yeah, about where the CSR plastic credit and the value in buying packages and what you should be doing with them. Right, let me just share the screen here now. Right, oops. This is a special event for the campaign, or it's a special campaign for the event. As we're heading towards the historic event, we're also releasing an historic double campaign. The direct sale price of the CSR plastic waste removal service is set to be, well, as you know, it's already at 2 cents and it will be to the end of the month. Yeah, okay, from the environment, and will be until until the event in Bangkok in Thailand. As part of the double campaign, all purchases will now also receive a special bonus of 10%. Okay, so an extra 10% CSRs. This kind of campaign is unheard of and unique. Take action and use the campaign period of the next 2 weeks, which has already started, and it started on Saturday, so aka yesterday, the 17th to 9th at 001. So, okay, you understand? So at GMT. So all I say to you is let's go. But just explain to you there, whatever you purchase, and bearing in mind you're already getting them at a special rate, which was put in there up to the event because of the event, etc. but they're also giving you an extra 10%. Wow. Now, there is a poster coming out about that. Just, it's blow your socks off, guys. It's absolutely amazing. Plenty, plenty, plenty. You can get extra. Now, I don't know what it said. We've been watching lots of articles. I know Renee's been doing a lot of research, but I know lots of people, you know, but also you got to listen to your heart and your head and what's going on, okay, in the world today. And also listen to what Jay's been saying. We saw him last week and what he's predicting and how it's going and how the world's going and what's happening in the world. And everything he's predicted so far has happened. Okay. Your money will be worth nothing, will be worth less. Yeah. If you just leave it hanging around. You have to have it working for you. Now's the time you must make your money work for you. Okay. So thank you very much. I did have a couple of extra videos, but we will share those for another day. We've kept you for a whole hour, but it was fantastic information. So thank you very much, Renee. A big thank you for everything.